everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to do a demo and review on something I picked up recently from Marshall's, and that's the Cosmetic Brush Cleaning System by Danielle Creations. Danielle Creations is one of those brands that you find at Marshall's and Winners that sell beauty tools and beauty items at pretty affordable prices. This one I was curious about when I saw it, and it was only $24.99. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to cleaning brushes, so when I saw this, I was pretty curious about it, but I couldn't find any reviews on this product. So I decided to bite the bullet, buy it, and just give it a try. I mean, for $24.99, if it makes my life a little easier, then that's worth it. Normally, I use this to clean up my brushes, and I got this from Winners for $7.99, and it's basically a silicone product with some texture on the bottom here to help clean out your brushes. However, when I saw this, I thought it might be a fun way to clean your brushes. It does use this spinny motor action thing to clean the brushes, and apparently it gives it a better clean. So if it's easier to use and fun, maybe I won't loathe cleaning my brushes so much. In the box, you get this instruction pamphlet, the cleaning bowl with a splash guard lid, a collar stand, various sizes of silicone collars to attach your brush ends to, and the brush holding device. This one does require two AAA batteries that are not included. This collar stand here is meant to hold the silicone collars, so it looks like you can maybe purchase more of these collar heads if you need to, since there are more slots on this collar stand. Okay, so the instructions say, step 1, insert spindle into the device. So I'm going to do that, like so. Step 2, find a suitable silicone collar that fits the brush and insert onto the head of the device. Here are my brushes that need to be cleaned, so I'm just going to pick this one here, which is a Sigma foundation brush. This is the before of my brush. The silicone brush heads here do seem to be quite stretchy, so hopefully this will fit most brushes out there. This one seems to fit pretty well. The triangular shape on the spindle and the bottom of the silicone collar are supposed to fit together. Just doing this, it seems to be pretty sturdy and tight enough in here. Next, the instructions say to add your favorite brush cleanser and water into the bowl, and then to drop the brush into the water and turn on the system for 30 seconds per brush. It doesn't mention how much soap and water to put in, so it depends on the type of cleanser you're using. I'm going to use this EcoTools makeup brush shampoo that I picked up from Winners for $7.99, but you can use something like 2 parts dish soap and 1 part olive oil to clean your brushes with. Since the instructions don't tell you what the max level of water should be for the bowl, I'm going to follow this picture here and fill up the water kind of just halfway through. Before I dip this brush into the bowl of soapy water, let's go ahead and test out this device. All you do is push this button at the back here and it's supposed to work. Wow, okay, that does spin pretty fast. If you can see the brush head there fanning out. All right, let's give it a go. So it says to do it for 30 seconds, so here we go. Next, the instructions say to dump out the soapy water, fill it with clean water, and then dip your brush in with the handle again and let it spin for another 30 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. The water is still splashing out, so you don't want to fill up the bowl with too much water. Then it says to hold the brush above the water to let it spin and air dry. I have a feeling that's gonna make a lot of water splash around some more, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually dump this water out first. Okay, so dump the water out and now let's test out the air drying part. Okay, so that was 30 seconds and the brush head is still a bit damp, so you're definitely going to have to air dry these a bit longer. This is the brush after the cleaning and it does look a lot cleaner. Moment of truth. Let's go ahead and try to see if this brush still has any residue when I rub it against a makeup cleansing cloth. You guys, I don't see any foundation left on this. I am pretty impressed. Let's also try cleaning out this total face brush that I have from the brand e.l.f. And there you see the dirty pink water. It does seem to spin a little bit slower when it's a larger brush head, which does make sense since a larger brush head creates more resistance when it's spinning around in the water. Now let's try air drying out the powder brush. Whoa, so there's a bunch of water that came flicking out. There's a bunch of water that did come out of that powder brush there. The water here is kind of pink, so I can't tell if that's because the dye from this brush head started to come off or if it's because there's some leftover blush residue in here. Let's do a wiping test on this brush here. It's difficult to see whether there's any blush residue left on here since the bristles are colored red. Once again, there's nothing on here. I'm actually pretty impressed with the level of cleanliness after using this brush cleaning system. Let's talk about the pros and cons of the system. Pro number one is that it's pretty affordable for only $24.99. I know there are some pretty expensive brush cleaning systems out there on the market, such as the Lumia system, which goes for over $100. I know that system can clean multiple brushes at once, but come on, it's like 4 times the price. Pro number two that you guys all witness is that it does a pretty good job at cleaning your brushes. I tried to see if there was any residue left on the brush heads after the cleaning job, but I couldn't find any, so that's pretty impressive. Pro number three is that it's a pretty gentle way to clean your brushes. If you're using something like this to clean your brushes and you're constantly rubbing the brush head against this textured mat to give a good clean on these brushes, over time it could damage the bristles and make them fall out faster, and then you don't get quite as much mileage out of your brush. That's not good because some of these brushes can be pretty pricey. Pro number four is that the spinning device actually allows you to fluff out the brush heads. For example, this spinning motion here really fans out and fluffs out the brush head. In addition, because it's fanning out like this, it allows the center here to dry up, so that prevents the insides from getting moldy. Let's talk about some of the cons. Con number one. For this device to be turned on and spinning, you actually need to hold the button at the back down. So for some, that might mean their fingers get tired. Con number two. I find that this splash guard here doesn't really stay down tight very well, so it doesn't actually make it a very good splash guard. Con number three. This bowl and hole here isn't very big, so it might be a little bit difficult when you're trying to clean larger brush heads. For example, I wouldn't exactly call this brush head very large, but as you can see, it does fill up most of the hole. Con number four. Because this bowl isn't very deep, if you're using it to clean larger brush heads, you're going to have to fill up the bowl with more water in order to fully immerse the brush head into the water. However, that does mean that there's a higher chance that water might splash back out, especially when it's spinning around so quickly. That's my review for this product, and I hope this helps you decide whether or not you want to purchase this for yourself when you see it at Winners and Marshalls. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this purchase, and I'm pretty glad I picked it up because it did do a pretty good job at cleaning my brushes, and if you spin the brush long enough, it actually air dries pretty well. I hope you guys have a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!